Maybe sometimes loving each other just isn't enough.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 teen movie couples who definitely broke up.
You think I'm gonna stay here with you in this sandwagon? You can take this piece of tin?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable romantic pairings from teen movies who we think wouldn't have made things work long term. Look out for spoilers, and let us know if we missed any of your least favorite couples in the comments. Number 10. Katie Heron and Aaron Samuels. Mean Girls. This Many Lies does not a good relationship make. When Katie meets Aaron in Mean Girls, she's a pretty girl who's great at math and can't stop staring at the back of his head in class. By the time they start dating at the end of the film, Katie has lied about being bad at math, thrown up on Aaron's shoes, and turned into a categorical mean girl.
No, don't tell me to shut up.
I wasn't.
God, you know what? You are just like a clone of Regina.
Yes, of course she's learned her lesson by the time they make a go of it, but all of the obstacles they face to get there feel like things that would come up later on in the relationship. Given all that, plus the fact that Aaron is a senior headed to college, we don't think it's lasting.
Man, look, I can't do this.
Number 9. Dion Davenport and Murray Duvall. Clueless. Fighting this much in high school is perfectly fine, but after the credits roll in Clueless, we're not sure how much longer Dion and Murray last.
Perhaps you can explain how this cheap Kmart hair extension got into the backseat of your
I
car.
don't know where that came from. That looks like one of your little stringy something or another's you got up in your hair.
I do not wear polyester hair, okay? Unlike some people I know, like Shawana.
While Cher is more of a loner romantically at the start of the film, Dion has been dating Murray for quite some time when we meet her. But beyond their bickering, there are some core differences between the two.
What am I gonna do with you now? And right before the yearbook pictures, what am I gonna tell my grandchildren?
Right.
You know what? Okay, that's it. Wanna play games?
I'm calling your mother.
Cher says at one point that Dion can do better, and she's not wrong. Dion has the sophistication of someone beyond her years. And Murray, while funny and cute, definitely doesn't give off the same vibes.
Murray, I have asked you repeatedly not to call me woman.
Excuse me, Miss Dion.
Thank you.
Okay, but street slang is an increasingly valid form of expression. Most of the feminine pronouns do have mocking, but not necessarily misogynistic undertone.
Number 8. John Bender and Claire Standish. The Breakfast Club. Honestly, we don't even know if these two make it far past detention.
Just ignore him.
Sweet. You couldn't ignore me if you tried.
Bender and Claire may kiss passionately by the end of the Breakfast Club, but what happens when they go back to school? Can this group of misfits bring their synergy from detention to the real world? We don't know the full answer, but we feel like Claire and Bender might be ill-matched. She's a popular girl, he's a bit of an outcast loner. They eventually get over those differences throughout the movie, but it takes quite a while. Plus, Bender is pretty awful to Claire for the majority of the time they spend together. We just don't think these kids are going to make it.
I hate you.
Yeah? Good!
Number 7. Samantha Baker and Jake Ryan. 16 Candles. Sometimes a fantasy is better left a fantasy. We think that will end up being the case with Sam and Jake from 16 Candles.
Correct.
It already came true.
Sam spends nearly the entirety of the film longing to be with Jake Ryan. He finally kisses her at the end of the film, giving her the best 16th birthday present a girl could ask for. But given the trajectory of his last relationship, we're not sure how far this one will go.
Can I call you later?
Sure. I mean, no.
At the beginning of the movie, he's dating Caroline, but grows uninterested in her as he notices Sam's interest in him. Also, given the fact that Sam is a sophomore and Jake is a senior, we're betting they end things before he goes to college.
She looks at me like she's in love with me.
Jake, she's a child.
So?
So what are you gonna do with her?
Number 6. Zachary Seiler and Lainey Boggs. She's all that. If it takes a makeover to make you see that Rachel Lee Cook's Lainey is beautiful, you need to get your eyes checked.
There's a word for it. There's an entire movement in the 20s. It's called surreal.
When it comes to teen movies, She's All That has one of the shakier premises. At the beginning of the film, popular guy Zach is given 6 weeks by his friend to make the uncool Lainey a prom queen. So he spends much of the movie essentially pressuring her to do all sorts of things she wouldn't normally.
Go get dressed.
I can't. I mean, look at you. You look great. I have nothing. Oh, God.
While the two do develop real feelings for each other, we think Lainey is too quick in forgiving Zach for his lies. We're guessing this little prom queen wager becomes an ongoing problem for them, one they won't be able to move past.
People have feelings, man.
Number 5. Francis Baby Houseman and Johnny Castle, Dirty Dancing. We know. How could we say that Baby and Johnny will break up? Well, in this case, it's not actually a bad thing.
You're invading my dance space. This is my dance space, that's yours. Let's cha-cha.
In Dirty Dancing, the pair have the quintessential summer romance. They don't get off on the best foot, but slowly get to know and care for one another. Their relationship helps them both learn a bit about themselves and a bit about the world around them.
I'll never be sorry.
Neither will I.
Still, we don't think this romance would extend far beyond that. Baby and Johnny are ultimately really different people living different lives, and after this summer, we doubt they'd stay together. Each of them would likely move on, though we believe they'd always remember each other fondly. Number 4. Bianca Stratford and Cameron James, 10 Things I Hate About You. No offense to Cameron, but Bianca might need someone willing to take more initiative. In 10 Things I Hate About You, Cameron is super into Bianca from the get-go.
I burn, I pine, I perish.
Of course you do.
But after he becomes her French tutor, he kind of leaves it up to her to make the bigger moves. There's nothing wrong with that, and he does truly try. But Bianca has such a strong personality, and even asks him why he hasn't made a move at one point.
Laisse-toi te demander en question, Cameron. Comment demanderais-tu de sortir avec toi?
We're guessing that as time goes on, this girl, the type of girl who isn't afraid to give a jerk what he deserves, might get bored. These two are undoubtedly sweet together at first, but it's just puppy love. They'll move on.
You never wanted to go sailing with me, did you?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Number 3. Danny Zuko and Sandy Olsen, Grease.
Sandy, you just can't walk out of a drive-in!
Come on, you didn't really think that car was driving off into the sunset, did you? Grease is a perfect movie musical, full of camp and fun and great music. But when you start thinking too hard about it, things fall apart pretty quickly, especially when it comes to Danny and Sandy's relationship.
You're a fake and a phony, and I wish I'd never laid eyes on you.
Whoa.
Throughout the movie, both of them make multiple attempts to change who they are to get the other person to like them more. When you're in high school and you're just figuring things out, that's more than understandable. But as these two grow up and become more comfortable with themselves, we don't see them continuing to be so willing to sacrifice their identities for the other.
I mean, it was me, of course, but it wasn't me. And you see, Sandy, I got this image, right? I got this
Well, that's why I'm
image.
so glad that Tom's such a simple person.
Number 2. Elle Evans and Noah Flynn, the Kissing Booth franchise. Should Elle and Noah have been together to begin with? Let's see. He starts out by telling other guys in the school not to date her, so you can imagine how things go once they get together.
I kind of just played the whole sexist conversation out in my head, and it always ended with me sounding like a dick.
He also constantly gets into fights over her. This might feel passionate at first, but it's also the kind of volatility that leads to issues. We don't think it's what Elle will want or need long term. She and Noah go through a lot throughout the franchise's 3 films, and little of it makes us think he's the one.
Like you wanted to make things worse!
What is wrong with you?
You cannot pin all this on me.
The final movie actually sees them breaking up, which proves our point. While there's a sense they could rekindle things at the end, we don't think it would work out.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sierra Burgess and Jamie. Sierra Burgess is a loser. No matter what Catfish the TV show told us, catfishing rarely ends happily ever after.
I'm not stupid, okay? I know that he's imagining her when he's talking to me, but they're my words. He's falling for me.
Sierra Burgess is a loser follows a nerdy teenage girl who teams up with a popular teenage girl to get the boy of her dreams. The only problem is, the boy thinks he's falling in love with the popular girl.
I think this is gonna be a problem.
Why?
Sierra makes a lot of mistakes during her courtship of Jamie, but the craziest thing is that he actually forgives her for all of it. We think this is just too easy. Somewhere down the line, Jamie is going to do some reflecting and realize he was too quick to relent. It's just a matter of time.
Please, just give me a second.
Let's get you out of here. Just stay the hell away from me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.